Hi there, I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses, and today I wanted to just do a really quick video on what it looks like when my horse is bent properly and what I do to create that bend. So I see a lot of horses who, instead of bending, like making a little C around our inside leg, they drop the inside shoulder and they lean into the turn. So we don't want airplane turns around a bend. We want an arc around our inside leg. And in order to do that, there are a few things that we need to do to position them correctly and to help support the shoulders and engage the hind end so that our horse can bend properly around our inside leg. And I've been playing with this a lot with this horse. What I do a lot of is, right now I've got her in a little bit of a baby curb bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride two-handed for the sake of showing some snaffle bit riders what you do with your hands in your reins when you've got your snaffle in the horse's mouth and you're going to engage your rein. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like down here at my leg. So standing still, I'm going to ask her just to step into a bend. I'm going to lift my inside rein ever so slightly, and I'm just going to half halt that inside rein. I'm going to turn my inside toe outward just slightly. See how my toe and my knee line up? That opens my hips this way. I start that turn from right here in my seat. I aim my hips toward her inside ear. That drops my outside thigh and hip kind of into this area and supports this so that I don't end up going that way. My outside leg is back a little bit, not to my back cinch, but just behind my girth, and it's just going to act as a stay right there so that my horse doesn't overflex and go that way. But what I want to feel is I want to feel a lift in the rib cage here underneath my inside leg. I do that by taking this foot and just kind of wrapping it and lifting. I just squeeze and lift. Do you see her positioning herself as I do that? See this arc that's starting to be created as I do that? That's her just looking for the right answer. Such a good girl. She's like, Mom, you're doing something and we're standing still. So what is it you want? So with my hands, I half halt a little bit. That's just an opening and closing of my inside rein. My inside rein and my inside leg are going to match. So I half halt that inside rein. My outside rein is going to close. I'm going to close those fingers because I don't want my shoulder on the outside to dive that way. This is going to aid with this outside leg in keeping this side from going too far to my right. We're going to create a left bend here at a walk. I'm going to lift this leg. My toe is slightly out. My knee is off. My hips are facing her inside ear. I should just be able to see that inside corner of her left eye as I do this, and I'm going to lift and say, oh, look at that. Look at that. So there's a nice arc in my horse's body. That's nice. I don't keep asking. I don't hold this forever. I ask and I release. Ask and release. I like to see how long we can ride that bend before I ask again. Do you see the curve around my inside leg? See how this shoulder is up and moving that way, not dived in and moving that way. That is the difference in a correct bend versus an incorrect bend. I want my horse to ride this arc, and I want the shoulders to stay upright underneath me. We stay balanced and nice and together in our bend. My body creates that bend by arcing this way a little bit with my hips, just turning my hips that direction. If you can see that with that inside ear. She says, I feel it, I hear it. This is here, touching, releasing, touching, releasing. I'm not hiking my leg up here or doing anything funky with that. My foot stays in a comfortable level position, and I'm simply doing this. If you can see that, that's the motion. What I'm doing there is every time I engage that backside of my calf and my heel there, just lifting that rib cage up underneath me. This hip is off. I'm not pushed down into my left hip because that would push down and inhibit the horse lifting this side up to get that nice soft arc in her body. So what I find super helpful with that bend exercise is to create a little bit of collection and connection with it. Okay, so I take my reins and I ask for the bend, and I ask her to slow down with that bend. Oh my gosh, it feels like we're about to quit, and then I just let her walk that out nice and straight and loose. So we create the bend with collection and a little bit of connection with my reins. My elbows are soft, my wrists are soft. I take a little bit of an inhale as I lift this inside leg. My inside rein is just actively saying, hey, right here, right here. That's slow, 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 and then out we go. Walk it out. One of my mentors calls that the old man walk. I love that. It's like almost a stop, and then we go, oh yeah, here we go. Release, walk, 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 walk on out. And it just gives our horse a nice little soft ask and feel when we're learning and helping them find collection and then find that bend. I think it helps to combine the two. I like combining the two exercises of working the bend. See my toe pointed out the direction I'm bending. My toe is going that way because that's where we're headed. We're bent that direction. And my horse is arched around me. My hands stay in this box. When I lift my inside rein, I don't mean I'm out here. I'm not riding like this. My hands are right here, and when I lift or do something here, it's subtle. It's just a subtle change. My outside rein closes. See how there's no slack bounce in that outside rein, but there's a little bit in my inside because that's my soft half halt there. There's the bend there, as I can try not to lean down as I look down and show you what it looks like. There you go. Nice, nice, nice tucky, and walk it out. Good girl. So nice. So that's how I warm her up a lot. I like to play with this. I'm going to put my reins in my hand as I would hold them normally. I like to play with this bend exercise by not touching my reins at all and seeing I can just get it from my seat. So what I do is I start by just turning that direction. Oh my gosh, see that? I do provide a little bit of a hold over here this way because she'll drop that outside shoulder. But this direction, super cool when I get that because this is her stiff way. A little more. Can I get a little more? Oh. Yes, my hips are turned this way. My horse is turned this way. I love it. Nice bend. Look at that little curve. Little curve. Nice. Asking, releasing, asking, releasing. Good job. Good job. So that's bending. Bending and then collection and release. I like that little bit of connection that we get with our rein, helping her work into a little bit of contact there, lightly, and then responding to it, and everything just gets super soft and really nice when we do that, really light. So I love that exercise. I hope that's helpful. If you have questions about working your horse on a bend or what that looks like, don't hesitate to ask. Always happy to see if I can help people find that sweet spot and that balance point for you and your horse. I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses. Thanks for watching. Till next time, happy trails. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe for more tips.